Hello and welcome back. I'm your witch for this evening. How is everyone doing on this fine day? We're going to continue on with our Toho review. We're jumping straight into green today. Not going to lie, didn't realize how big this set was, but hey, we will persevere. I've dedicated to this set review, so let's carry on. Starting off with the double rare Koshi, this card cannot be targeted by opponent's attacks. At the start of your attack phase, reveal the top card. If it is a character, choose one of your characters and it gets 1k for the turn. Pay one, rest this, and it's a salvage brainstorm. It is like the only best generic brainstorm in the set. The others are like kind of tied to choice or door. So this is good to have. It's a shame it's a double rare. I would have liked it to have been a rare. So it adds on the price tag to it. It's a very cute card though. She has a nice hat. We appreciate the nice hats. The fact it can't be targeted, I don't think I quite understand that because I don't see much being able to target this. Bouncing it or just straight off trying to send it straight to the waiting room doesn't really benefit from getting rid of it. But it's a good plussing brainstorm, and that's what we like in this set. And sometimes the 1k power does matter. Carrying on, the double rare 1-0 Satori. When this attacks, if you have a climax with a bar trigger in the climax area, and you have another character, look at the top two cards of your deck, put them back in any order, and this card gets 2k for the turn. Discard one at the end of this card's attack. If she has her bar in the climax area and you have another character, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose 2 characters, add them to hand, and send the rest to waiting room. My brain has been racking over this card. The fact that it's end of attack is fine because it means you can take your time going through the cards that you need. So, like if you've triggered no climaxes and trigger cleanly, you'll want to go through the minimum number of cards that you can, which is 2. However, that's the problem. You'll always want to go through 2 cards because you want to make sure you plus out of it. You don't want to go neutral. The first effect's fine. It benefits from running 8 bar, which there is an 8 bar build. It's touch and go, this combo for me. The fact that it's end of the attack and you minimum always want to go to. Other than that, deck speed, we like a bit of deck speed, like a bit of hand fixing. That is it for double rares. Green is not a very big colour at all, I don't think. Level 0 Rin, she is a rare, pay 1, drop 1. When she's placed on stage from hand or sent to the waiting room, you can salvage. And she is a level 0 clock bomb. More bombs. We like the bombs in this set. This card's fine. This card's, I say fine. This card's stronger than it reads, I think. Because playtesting this on the simulator, even I go, oh no, I get it now. I was using the drop search stock bomb, but this being able to give double waiting room access on double timing is really strong and hard removal as well. So it's not fine, it's a really good card. Level 0 Komachi. When this card is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your other characters, send it to stock. Send this card to waiting room, choose one of your other characters to give a soul. This card can be played with the door combo, a level 3, because you need her alone in the front row. So this card does accommodate for that. It's almost like a hand to stock, but it means you can play the card, get value out of it, and once you've got its value, you just chuck it to stock. I don't know how I feel about the second effect. I think it is just trying to accommodate for the level 3. But it may be a nice one-off tech just to kind of meet stock thresholds, make it so you can side. Card's fine. Level 0 Yuka, pay 1, clock 1 when she's sent from stage to waiting room. Look at the top 2 cards of the deck, choose 2 characters, add them to hand. It's the Aqua Rookie, essentially. So if you can't afford the Marissa Rookies, which at this moment in time, looking at the prices, don't think I'll be able to either. Uh, and that's just the standard double rare one. God, I'm hoping for some good boxes. Then this card is a good supplement for that. So it's a good this sort of card. One Eye Ikishiki. That's a fantastic name. Discard a climax on play from stage to hand, from hand to stage, or send from stage to waiting room. Pay the cost. Salvage. Good in 8 bar. And again, she is a clock. Cost is 0 clock bar. Card is double timing. We like double timing cards. Hard removal for those pesky level 1 combos, or even those 2 zeros that we've been seeing more of. Maybe like a 2 of. It wouldn't be like a 4 of in a deck, but card it is. Perfectly substantial. 1/1 Parsi. When this card becomes reversed, if the battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put the top card of your opponent's clock to waiting room and put that character to clock. Anti-early play clock bombs. We like those. Again, card removal. And send this card to the bottom of the deck. Choose an opponent's character, return it to hand. I like the 2 modes. If you are level 3 or your opponent's level 3 and they've got something like the Nexol Kaguya, you can get rid of that, so I do like it. 2/1 Sane. She is a assist 1k. Discard a climax at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. Pay the cost if you do. Choose one of your opponent's characters. It gets +4 soul. And pay 1, send this to waiting room. If you're level 3 or higher, choose one of the 3/2 Sane in your waiting room and place it in this card's position. I kind of like the +4 soul. It makes your opponent really need to think about what they're doing, and you don't necessarily need to have a character in front of this card for that to work. So if your opponent's swinging into open lanes, that's what base 1 soul, direct 2, they're swinging for 6. If you are like really down for climaxes and the bigger the damage you need for the chances to cancel, this card is funny. Increase your chances of cancelling. This card is funny. The change is fine. I think the target is okay. It's coming up soon. It's number 41. So we will be on that soon. I remember the card being okay. I don't think it's great. If this made it so it came out at level 2, I think the card would have been a lot better. 3/2 Aya. Continuous. If you or your opponent has 2 or less climaxes in waiting room, this card gets minus a level in hand. When this card is placed in stage from hand, this card gets 1/5. Then you may draw a card or choose one of your opponent's characters and return it to hand. And alarm, pay 1, drop 1. If she's on top of the clock, beginning the climax phase, you may choose one of your opponent's characters and return it to hand. I wish the second mode on this wasn't just the draw. I wish it did something a bit more. The bounce is good. You or your opponent needing 2 or less climaxes. I like those kind of early play tactics. So that's good for me. Card is a one-off, maybe just as attack, because the alarm does work as well. You're not aiming to put this in clock. You're aiming for just like the first effect. But it's fine. Card's good. It's a one-off tech. 3/2 Kyoshi. I'm going to be using this card. On play heal, on attack, pay 1, drop 1. If you have 4 more other characters, deal 4, and then your opponent can't use events or backups during this card's battle. I like this. It's a simple burn 4. Sometimes Weiss decks don't need to do a lot, and this is one of the cards where it doesn't do a lot, but if the burn 4 sticks, the burn 4 sticks. And being able to shut down events and backups, you try laning this is quite disgusting because your opponent's just going to sit there and go, I can't actually do anything. And you only need 7 stock for a finisher, so which is even better. There is a Satori. When she's placed on stage from hand, choose one of your opponent's characters, send it to memory, then your opponent plays that card in any slot they want. Pay 1, send this to waiting room, look at top 4, add a character, send the rest to waiting room. I like this. This card is fine. It's deck speed. Memory flicker isn't necessarily something we all need, but if you've got something like the 3/2 Kaguya we discussed in the previous video, that could actually come in handy. So get rid of those. Nexals, get rid of anti-burn, stuff like that. So this card is fine for that reason. The 1/0 oh gosh. Suwako? At the start of your climax phase, choose one of your characters, give it 1k. Pay 1, send this to waiting room. If you're level 2 or higher, choose the 2/1 Sane that we previously spoke about, which is the 1k assist, and place it in this card's form slot. pay 1 rest for each climax you hit search. So it's a search brainstorm as well. So it's again a generic brainstorm. It's a shame it's not a level 0 one. I prefer level 0 generic brainstorms myself. So you would need to take in green to play this. The extra 1k is good. The fact it can change, so you could brainstorm and then change. That's fine. It doesn't need to be standing. Maybe out there for a cheaper deck somewhere where you want to run the Sane combo. If she's your favorite character, she's got cards you can use. And the next card actually is the 3/2 target for the 2/1. So when she's placed on stage from hand or the effect, heal 1, she gets 1/5 for the turn. Discard a character. When the card from across from this attacks, you have another character, pay the cost, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up the 2 among them, put them back on top, place the rest on top of the deck in any order. And the rest in waiting room, sorry. This lets you mocha yourself. It's very similar to the Ichika level 3. Is in her main 8 choice deck. I have that card. I can appreciate when I need to go through 2 cards. I wish this card didn't use hand, and I wish it could have come out early. As a standby target, this could actually be decent because mochaing yourself and trying to get yourself deeper through climaxes is always worth it. It's a shame it has a drop character, but it's better than nothing, and it's a good defensive tool in a standby deck. Moving on, 0/0 Kanako. If all your characters get 500, sorry. Send this to waiting room. Choose the 1/0 Suaku in your waiting room and place it in this card's former slot. So you have literally a chain from 0 to 3 going on, which is cool. Again, wish the 2 played the 3 early. Nice to see that you could build some form of tactic out of this. So this can make it run like 6 brainstorms essentially, because you'll probably only ever run 2 of this. So your back row can give 15 buff to 1 lane. It's fine. To be honest, you'll probably just run the brainstorm as it is, and maybe 1 to 2 of this. Depends on how you want to build it, depending on what you're looking to build. Level 0 Kisumi. At the start of your attack phase, start of climax phase. I am struggling to read today. Choose one of your Yamame vanillas, which is number 45, and it gets 3k and a soul. And when this card attacks, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 on top, 1 in waiting room. This is the ability we call Sniff. We call it Sniff in the UK because of Ram sniffing Subaru's jacket in ReZero Volume 2. And you can pay 1, rest, choose one of the vanillas in your waiting room, and place it on stage. Always kind of gets you an attacker. So the vanilla comes in, swings big, dies, comes back. So it spawns it again every turn. So you've always got an attacker. It's okay. Not my favorite vanilla package. I prefer the one from the TD, if I'm honest. So, but it can pump a soul, so it can give you a free 2 soul attacker in that sense. So it's fine. 0/0 Momoji. When this card attacks, look at the top card of your deck, put it on. Oh, wait, sorry. Look at the bottom card of your deck and look at the bottom card of your opponent's deck. Okay. My dyslexia read that wrong. Interesting. And when this attacks, this card gets 1,000 times number of your other characters. This card just got worse. I thought it at least looked at the top card of your deck, but no. Yeah, this card's bad. I don't think this even warrants attack because there's nothing to really use it against. No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So this card gets a no from me. And then you have the vanilla. The vanillas are really cute in this set. I'm not too disappointed, but it's when you run a vanilla, you're running it with a purpose, such as Bunny Girl Senpai to get stock, and the same thing for ReZero. You're running the vanilla for a purpose, and this doesn't feel like there's much purpose. Level 0 Hatate. Hatate? Hatate. We're going with it. All your opponent's characters get paid to encore. This effect is so fake. People forget this thing like these things exist, and you'll probably never use the Pay 2 Encore. So this just being a nice solid 4K body works for me. It's a good opener, and not a lot of things hit over 4K. I suppose you could say, oh, the Momoji does. No, she doesn't. The vanilla does. No, no, no. They have to attack, and then they're going to die on the swing back. The vanillas could potentially live on the swing back. So, oh, we went too far. Did we go too far? No, we're good. Well, now, Hina, this is a backup in accordance to the number of characters you have times 500. Potentially is a 1025 backup if you have a full board. Don't hate it. Beautiful artwork. Don't hate it. I think the card's fine. I think standard, just normal 2K backups are always the safer option if you're not being able to maintain board advantage. Well, now, Aya, during your turn, all your level 0 characters get 2K. Pay 1 when you play the stock soul. You may choose 2 level 0 characters in your waiting room and place them on separate slots. This card is good for the 4K oversize that we saw. Makes that 6K, so we like those. Important to note, you'll want to pay the 1 first, play the zeros, then stock soul. Otherwise, the level 0s you get don't get the soul. If you have to do it the other way around, so you summon stock first, pay 1, then summon the zeros, they won't get the soul because a stock soul is an act ability. So important to remember that. I caught someone out with that once with anti-spirals, and they just went, "Oh!" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, yeah, it doesn't work the way you think it does. It's not a continuous. Just remember that. Wano Yugi. Uh, the theme song for Yu-Gi-Oh is now playing in your head. You're welcome. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may mill 3. Always nice to have a bit of milling. Pay 1, send this to waiting room. Choose 2 of the the 1-0 red army card and place it on stage. This is good to spawn your army cards. I like cards that spawn your army cards. But it kind of this being in the wrong color doesn't help. So an army card is always one color and it's red. This is green. So that means you're taking in green somewhere. It opens up deck building potential and how many of the 1-0 you're going to want to be using. The deck speed is nice because then it puts your 1-0s in the waiting room. So card's okay. It's attack. But it means you're going to have to start putting in green in a red army deck. 1-1 Kyoshi. During your turn, if all your characters are on trait, this card gets 5K, and your opponent can't use events and backups in hand and discard a green card. This can discard climaxes, important to note. Just remember it is only green cards. But getting 5K and anti-backup and anti-event isn't a bad thing. Maybe a one-off cheeky attack, because it does get to 9K. Potentially, if you've got the brainstorm, 10K. Nice big, give you a punch. Do I live on the back? Maybe, depends if you're using enough green to warrant saving it. 2-1 medicine. Ooh, medicine. Looks like she's trying to give you herself as medicine. Cute. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other characters, she gets 6K. On attack, reveal top. If it's a traded character, all your opponent's characters in the front row get -2/5. She swings for 9K. I wish the power was permanent. The -2/5 can potentially come up. Do I hate it? No. Do I see myself running it? Also, no. If this does turn out to be some super duper awesome tech, I'm all for it. But other than that, it's not really something I can see. 2-1 Satori. When this card is placed on stage from hand, randomly choose a card in your opponent's hand to reveal it and send it to memory. And at the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent returns it to hand. Yes! We love cards like this. This card is so dumb. I think these are really funny. I think in Macross it's a 1-1. I don't have my deck on me, so I can't actually look. I believe it's a 1-1 in Macross. It is a 2-1 in Kobayashi. If you're Actually, if you're doing the vanilla deck, you could the army deck, you could just run this in the army deck for giggles because you're taking in green anyway. So, Hail Mary, play this because you're an army deck. You're just throwing out cards anyway. You're not using the stock, so why not? This card could be funny. Let's go for it. Why not? Plus for funny and plus for the SR having an extra animal in the back. I think that looks like a pig. I don't think it's a pig. Please tell me what it is. 2-1 Aki and Aki. Mino Minoriki and Shizuha. When this card is placed on stage from hand, choose two of your characters and may gain. If you have another character on attack and the character crossing this is level 3 or higher, they get 4. This card gets 4/5. It's cool that it gives it to 2. I prefer it when it gives the bomb anti-Ellie bomb effect. So maybe a one off. I feel like the foil of this would be beautiful though. So might be a one-off tech, and if it's a one-off tech, it'll have to be foil. But it's fine. I wish it was just hard removal. 3-2 Utsua? Utsua? When this card is placed on stage from hand, choose up to 2 of your characters, and they get 1/5 for the turn. Pay 2, drop 1. During the turn this card comes in, deal 4 damage to your opponent. Card is a really good off finisher, and it bumps your lanes. I mean, she's only 8/5 herself, but that's fine. She is a good supplement off finisher. So yeah, I can see this card being played in decks if you play green. Nope, can't be played in standby because she has to come in from hand when she attacks. Yeah, and it's just the turn she comes in for the burn. Be wary of that. And lastly, we have the 1/1 event. You can't play if you have 2 or less characters, and this card can be played with a color requirement, so you need 3 characters on board. Rest one of your characters, pay the cost. If you do, discard all your hand, and then draw equal to and +1 of what you discarded, and then your hand size increases by 1. I don't get the last bit because it's a counter. If it increased your hand limit by 1 all game, this card would be really good, but it doesn't. So this card gets not gonna use from me. If someone has built something with this, like I'm all for hearing it. But for me, looking at it, not something I could really see myself playing. I've thought about it, but there's other ways to get your climaxes, the cards you need, whatever else. So this card is a no. And then the last 3 green cards are the climaxes, which are the 2 bar combos and the stock soul. And the stock soul looks absolutely gorgeous. And actually, all of it just looks gorgeous. This set is so beautiful. Well done, Bushy, for actually doing one of the most beautiful sets in years. So kudos. And they worked with so many artists on this set. So kudos. That's going to do it for green. Red is coming up next. Red is a powerhouse color. So I hope you guys are ready for it. If you guys haven't already, the link to the Discord is below. Please come and say hello. Please come join in. We have a lot of discussions, set reviews. Sometimes we just sit and chat. Sometimes we play games. Just come in, have a bit of fun. But until next time, guys, grab yourself a drink. And remember, they can sell eventually. Bye.